Since getting a bit older, an idea has stewed in my mind. Why video games matter so much to me, and why I still play them now, perhaps more than ever. Well, if you'll join me as I discuss gaming's impact on my life, maybe you'll find some common ground. Maybe I can explain the feelings you've had as well. Video games have always been a big presence in my life, and that presence has only continued to grow in recent years. Growing up, many people around me played less and less games as other interests arose, but I stuck with them. I have wondered why I'm still going strong on gaming when so many dismiss it as a time killer or immature, mindless fun. More so, I've wondered what caused these people around me to stop playing games, have little interest in them, and most importantly, view my enjoyment of video games as a waste of time. They might write it off as me just not growing up as fast as them, I guess. I understand that at some point, it comes down to simple preference. Some people watch loads of TV shows, others are movie buffs, and then there are, quote, gamers. But I feel like compared to those first two, and compared to all other forms of art and entertainment, gaming still has a stigma behind it. I may not have the answers to every question I've thought of, but I can begin to answer by recalling my own life experiences and just how much video games have shaped them. I'll divide the following into segments, each describing a specific game or group of games and how they've affected my growth into an adult and beyond. My first video game system I ever got was a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red version. My sister received Blue version simultaneously, and we were both hooked right away. Being 4 years old, I didn't grasp every aspect of the game, but the shared experience with both my sister and classmates made the Pokemon series one that I've stuck with to this day, though obviously not as religiously as back in then. I still remember trading cards in 2nd grade, receiving written notes in 5th grade on instructions to catch the legendary Pokemon in Ruby version, and trading with others to receive the exclusives not available in my edition. Above the lessons in sharing and compromise that came from trading, Pokemon really influenced me growing up because it gave me a sense of discovery and exploration from an early age. I wanted to see what the new Pokemon were that I could catch on the next route. I was excited to test my mettle against unique gym leaders with Pokemon I'd never seen before, and I couldn't wait to discover the unique region I was dropped into every time. Above all that, Pokemon gave me good reason to socialize with classmates, even ones I might have ignored otherwise. It provided a bond with others that, though the Pokemon craze eventually may have faded, my relationships with these people did not. The best example of this is my sister. We hung out all the time at home, playing on the couch side by side, and those are some of my favorite memories from childhood. Halo is the title that convinced me to buy my first non-Nintendo system. I was entering my teenage years as Halo 3 released. Having dabbled in the first 2 entries at friends' houses, a campaign marathon at my best friend's house on launch weekend made me realize that this game was a must-buy. Once again, the memories of playing both on the couch and over the internet with my friends solidified friendships, gave me common ground with new acquaintances, and, again, provided a bonding experience with my sister. I learned the importance of teamwork in the multiplayer, and had a great way to hang out with my buddies regularly after school, regardless of whether we could meet in person. I lived far from town growing up, so I couldn't exactly walk over to friends' houses, so having the ability to connect with my school friends every night was a revelation. The second piece of Halo's effect on my life was introduction to YouTube videos, machinimas, highlights, and tips that the community shared through the power of the internet. To sum it up, discovering internet personalities, commentators, reporters, and comedians that shared my interests and developed a fan community around them really enhanced my enjoyment of the game. And I continued engrossing myself in this online community even after the popularity of certain games like Halo 3 faded. Attending game conventions in recent years only proved to me just how real this community is. Finally, after I was deeply invested into all manner of gaming systems, I began to really start to expand my library beyond what was just most popular and sequels to staple franchises. I began to seek out various games that had received critical acclaim, such as Batman Arkham Asylum, Assassin's Creed, before there were a million games in the series driving into the ground, that is, The Walking Dead, Journey, and Fez. These games' atmospheres, environments, and stories impacted me in a way no other medium could, and that's just listing off a few. Since I was plopped into the main character's shoes, I better connected to their personality while imbuing it with my own as I controlled them. Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 garnered my interest in history. Meanwhile, Fez and Journey made me feel emotions purely through sound and visual design, immersing me far more than any painting or song alone could. The Walking Dead made me feel like I was really twisting the plot with my choices. I knew that my experiences were at least somewhat unique from many other players of the game, which made my investment in the story that much greater. All in all, playing these games and many others over the past 4 years or so really broadened my horizons and showed me the true power of gaming beyond just a fun or social hook.
Sort of.
All this being said, I will be the first to admit that gaming alone was far from the singular impact on my personal growth. When combined, lessons from my parents and teachers, peer pressure and hanging out with friends, as well as other forms of entertainment and art, altogether definitely outweigh the items listed. But I also know that I would have turned out much differently if not for my relationship with games growing up. They spurred my interest in technology, the internet, as well as psychology, really. Games provided a fallback when I was feeling down, they provided a way of having fun with and bonding with friends, and ultimately, they gave me a sense of excitement about life. The power of computers is incredible and will only continue to amaze me as I venture further into my adult life. And all of these aspects of games have only become more important to me as I've aged, not the reverse. Now, more than ever, there are plenty of adult-oriented games that convey emotion and immerse the receiver in incredible, unforgettable ways. It's hard to fully portray my love of games in a short video like this, but the great thing is, only more and more people are becoming avid video game players and agreeing with my sentiments. While I may not be able to convince everyone that they should try playing more games, I hope that I can take the experiences I've gained from gaming and translate them into being a more thoughtful, more team-oriented, more understanding, and more fun-loving person than I might otherwise be. And I hope you feel the same way. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching.